Hey there, so back again. Thought I'd give it another go, or at least in episode 2, just to show you what was next. Obviously, all the frame, everything's all out. Next job is to get the head off and assess what the damage might be. Also, been doing a little bit of shopping while I've over the Christmas break. So I got a couple little extra bits for the bike. So I got a set of Delcovic, is it? Headers for it. Just because it gives a little bit of extra ground clearance apparently, and also they're a lot lighter as well than the originals. Obviously came with a link pipe, a fender which is black, so that'll help out with one less thing to paint possibly. And also a spare set of rims, obviously for wet tyres. I think that was it. That was all the spending. Obviously some odd bits left over just to get rid of, but whilst I'm oh yeah, and also been waiting for the Holy Bible to turn up as well. But also when I do the builds, I also keep a list of obviously stuff I need to buy, and also the cost of how much it's got up to so far, just so I make sure that I'm not going over the top, because I dread to think what I spent on that thing. I don't even want to know. After building the second one and keeping a running cost, it was quite a bit of an eye-opener. So yeah, always good to keep an eye on what you're spending. So bike cost me £500. I spent 20 quid on a carburettor seal kit for it. So it's taken me up to 520. So the exhaust headers, link pipe, mudguard and the airbox covers come to 100 quid. And the rims were 30 quid. So bit of maths here now. So it's 550, 650. So that's what we're up to at the moment, 650 quid. So it's not too bad, because the exhaust has saved a fair bit of money having to buy that second hand rather than buying something brand new. So every little helps, as they say. But yeah, so next job is get the head off, assess what needs ordering for that, and spend some more money. So here we go. Right, so first things first, gonna have to get this top cover off here. I've got the GoPro mounted on a headband thing, look like a complete and utter twat, but hopefully it gives you a bit of a eye view of what I'm actually doing. So right, get cracking. Right, so as you can see with the cam cover removed, we got these, what I'd say was an old style adjustable tappets. So basically you just uncrack the lock nut, wind it in and out, and then that adjusts your valve clearance, whereas more modern day ones obviously have the shims and that. So that's going to save a fortune, not having to replace all the shims, just be a case of just adjusting them. So next thing is to work out what order these come out, make sure I keep them in the same order, and get the head bolts off. But that's where the Bible comes in. Try and work that one out. Right, so according to the Bible, we've got to take this cover off here, turn the engine and align marks so that we can take these off without putting any of the valves under stress. So let's crack on with that. supposedly the T mark's got to line up with that. T. So that line's got to line up with there, if that's right. T lines up with that. So it must be that split in the case there. Should be about there. And those two cams, that lines up with where the cam cap sits. So does that one. So apparently that's all timed up now. So now none of the valves should have any tension or too much tension on them. So now it should be able just to take these off and release it. That's the plan. Before you take the cams off, must release the tension on the chain. So you've got the chain tensioner there, need to undo that big bolt there. Apparently withdraw the spring, and then undo the other two there. Might not have enough clearance, might have to take this off as well, and then that should relieve the tension on that, and then the cam's off. So that's the spring. Another good thing to buy, magnetic tray. Brilliant. Stops stuff moving around. Now just these two here. And there we have it. One tensioner. Right, so I'm just going to give these cam caps a bit of a clean off, get the oil off of them, so I can put a bit of a mark, a Sharpie mark or something on them, just so I know that I can make a mark, make sure they go back in the same place that they come off, and the right way around as well. I don't think you can get that too wrong. Right, that should do it. So the best way I've found taking the caps off is to literally line them up. So you've got the front of the engine here, so a little arrow, so it'd be the front part of the engine or the exhaust, and then the rear part of the engine being the inlet. So you just want to take them off. So I've numbered them here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the same on the back. So literally just line them up either side. When you take them off, literally just want to do, usually start from the middle, so start here, and then do that one, that one, that one, that one, just to try and get it a bit even. And you want to just crack them off a little bit at a time, so there's no rush in this. Take your time, little turn here and there, not going too mad. So there we go, as you can see, tension's off of all of them now, so we can just wind them all out and place them. So there we go, as you can see, tension's off of all of them now, so we can just wind them all out and place them. Look at that. Stop it. Right, so that's all the cam caps moved. As you can see, there was a couple that were a little bit tight, so just gave them a little tap with a hammer, not going anything over the top of it. Some might say that's a bit wrong, I don't know, but it's what I found that works for me, so if you know any different, let me know. But yeah, so that's the chain all slack. Cams are slack now, so should be able just to pull this off. And there we go. So we know that's the inlet cam there. And obviously take the chain off there. But this one don't want to go. There we go. And that is the exhaust one. So we know they're all lined up. That's all good. Just whack that through there for the time being. Just stop the chain going too far. So if I just show you just while I was here. So that's the actual bit that sits on the valve there like that. So you literally crack off that lock nut there, and then the actual bolt just winds in and out, and obviously just changes the gap between the actual tappet and the top of the valve. So yeah, old-fashioned way of doing it, but if you're not very good at maths and working out what shims and what you need and everything like that, saves a bit of money. Right, so according to the Haynes manual, each of these head nuts has to be undone in the opposite way around. So normally you'd start from, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, working across pattern and working from the middle outwards. But according to the manual, it's the opposite way around. So we start at the last one and work our way in. So that being 10 and 9 over that side, 12 and 11 this side, so start with them. Hopefully the engine doesn't move around too much. But same with the camshaft, just a little bit at a time. And working away inwards. 10, 6, 7, 8. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's one lap round, so I'll take a bit more from the rest. 9, 8, 7, 8, 9, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, so that's it now. I can feel they've all gone slack, so just need to wind them off the rest of the way and probably put them in some sort of order, I guess. Don't know if that really matters. That finger's won't fit down the hole. Where's the magnet? Copper's not magnetic, remember that. Right, give me the magnet. So that's it now. Hopefully that should be able just to drop that down in there for the time being. Hopefully it comes back, and that should be it. Off it comes. Whoa! Hooray! Oh. So there it is. The bastard. Ooh. That's not good. That's not good at all. Looks like someone's been beating the shit out of that. So, turn it over. Oh. Looks like someone's been throwing all their shit down there. So as you can see, something's been hitting, or something's gone in there. Doesn't look like it's done any damage to the head, so to speak, because it's not near where the valves actually seat, but yeah, it's not good. Need to now put the pistons back down so they're all about level. Put a small bit of paraffin just down the bores just to see if there's any leaks at all, and then go from there. But it's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all, because this was the cylinder that was the lowest compression of them all, down to about 70. So right, so got the bores nice and level, so all we're going to do is put a bit of paraffin down. The only reason you use paraffin is just because it's quite thin, so any leaks that might show up should show up by this leaking out. So it's basically leave it for sort of half hour, see how much disappears within that time, and you can get a general idea of how good it is. I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but we've got paraffin in each of the bores now, so hopefully try and pick up any leaks or anything. So leave it for sort of about half an hour. I did put it in this one here, and it did sound like a few little air bubbles at the back, but it seems to have stopped now. But yeah, not looking good on that. Also put it on the head as well. I don't know if you can pick that up or not, but just across all top of them there. So if there's any leaks or anything like that, you'd usually see it drip out. And yeah, wait for the results. But I've got a feeling it's going to be disappointing. But it is what it is. So just wait and see. Right, so as you can see, it's been over half an hour now. And looking at that cylinder, the paraffin hasn't really dropped much at all. I did have it level, literally with the top just there, and it's barely moved at all. For the amount of damage that was on there, I would have thought it would have been like pretty much empty by now. But all the other bores, all about the same. You can't really see it on the camera. So yeah, nothing too bad that end of things. But obviously looking at the head, so obviously going down the bores until you get to the mashed up cylinder. As you can see, it has leaked a fair bit compared to all the rest. And the beauty with the paraffin is you can actually look in the inlet side. You can see it's dry as a bone. Go to the exhaust side and it's been pissing out there. So you can tell that it's been making a mess on the exhaust side of it. So hopefully it hasn't done too much damage, but won't be able to tell that until we actually get the valves out. have a good look at it, have a good look at the seats as well, and just assess what damage there is. But yeah, that's going to be the next step, take the valves out, unless I decide to actually just bin the engine off and get a second-hand one, which is what I've been doing for the half hour that I've been sat here waiting, getting prices and stuff like that. But yeah, disappointing, but that's what you get when you buy cheap bikes. So it is what it is. Make do with what we got. Otherwise we'll have to look into getting another engine maybe, but it's just more cost. Whether or not we actually go and just whack a new engine in, run it as it is, and then get this one sorted. But I know that I'm doing one of the bolts there, all the bores will lift up, so we can just get the piston out, change the rings, and see what happens. But right, so I'm going to probably speed this video up just a little bit, just because I want to listen to a bit of music as well, and YouTube and all that copyright bullshit. So going to do that, but video quality might be a little bit different to what you've seen in the start of this video, because apparently my laptop doesn't cope with 4K, just seems to slow it right down. So yeah, I don't know how this is going to come out, but see what it's like. Let's go. Right, so that's the engine stripped down. I don't know how well the video came out because it was mounted on my chest, so might have been a lot of shaking and a lot of crap, so you may not be able to see it. So this is it all stripped down. Got the cover off the side here, sprocket nut off. I think there's a neutral switch or something down there. That's off as well. 2 little oil pipes that come through there. And we've also got the ignition pickup as well, and that cover. Also taken the clutch cover off as well, and also clutch basket and all the plates as well. Just something extra to have just in case shit goes wrong. Always good to have a few spares, but yeah, that's it. That's the engine all stripped down, or fairly stripped down, and off to the scrap with it really. No point keeping hold of it. It's only going to be something just sat around and doing fuck all, so might as well just get rid of it. Get a bit more space. So, got a clutch basket and everything there, clutch plates. That's all in there. It's a bit of a mess at the moment, but odd bolts, pipes, all the rest of it. Obviously keep the cylinder head, keep that, might get that repaired, fit it onto the other engine, but starter, alternator, so yeah, that's it. Go and get the new engine in now, try and lift it in on my own. Hopefully the trolley's going to fit down the side of the trailer and that, so see how it goes. Time for some heavy lifting. Right, so that was a bit of a struggle trying to get that in. Bit of a tight gap between that and the trailer, but she's here. So this is done 52,000, I think it was. 52,000 miles. In fairness, it looks a lot cleaner than what mine was, and that was done 40,000. But bought it from a local bike breakers near me. Apparently the bike was actually ridden to him. So hopefully it's a decent engine. He said he heard it running, it was running fine. Obviously just not worth a lot of money now, so I guess the bike's being broken down. But yeah, all in all, looks fairly clean. We'll just take the cam cover off and do the tappets, just to make sure they're all okay. But other than that, hopefully it should be just a straightforward job of cleaning it up, sanding it down and giving it a lick of paint and all that. But yeah, even up there, let me see from the light, but it's all nice and clean. So yeah, next job, get the cover off, do the tappets. I think that's probably about it. Need to change this cover over as well, just because it's got a bit of damage there. I mean, it's not a massive thing to change over, so it shouldn't be too bad, but I mean, it's going to have an engine cover or engine protector over it, just for the racing side of things. A couple little fins just broken there, but not really a problem. Just give them a bit of a sand, just so I don't cut myself on them. But yeah, so that'll be another job for another day. So that's it for this episode, and then hopefully next one will be getting the engine cover off and doing the tappets and getting all sanded down and ready to paint. So tune in for the next one. Chew bye.